It's plastic. That's plastic. Plastic. What am I gonna do with a dresser that's all laminate and plastic? But this piece of furniture can turn into a really nice profit. Some of you have asked me to flip things like this because you don't know what to do with them. And I'm gonna show you today how to give this one a really modern upscale look and take it out of the 1970s. Let's go. This is where the story of this guy starts. I found this busted up 1970s dresser from a friend of mine who was selling a bunch of her furniture pieces. She asked for 80 bucks for it. And with all the ugly plastic molding drawer fronts, I was like, I just don't know if I can do anything, but I'm up for the challenge. I have a vision for this one, but considering that everything on here is molded plastic, laminate, I don't know if it's going to turn out the way that I think it's going to, but we are definitely going to give this a shot. Plus, I'm going to show you, hopefully, what you can do with pieces that look like this if you own them. The first thing I'm going to do is get off all this hardware. These handles, you know they are not staying. They scream 1970s, so we're going to take these off, and they are not going to be making a return appearance. Time to get this thing clean. I'm gonna add some simple green to the bucket and give this thing a really good scrub. I don't know where this has been sitting. Should have taken a hose to this piece or a blowtorch. Undecided. Just for you. Something tells me this isn't for me. It's a magazine subscription for Gardens magazine in 2004. So what are we, 22 years later? Crazy. I'm gonna take out the doors on this flip. I'm gonna make sure they're labeled correctly before I do that so I know where they go back. The base on this is pretty trash, so I'm gonna flip it over and see if there's a way to add feet or something before we continue. Well, the base has proven a little more difficult than I had originally hoped, but I've got most of it taken apart. I really want to put feet on this. I don't want to build a new base, so I'm trying to work with the parts that I have. So I removed the old box of trim, and then I'm going to cut down some of the pieces and just reattach them, and then put some things underneath to make it secure enough to add feet to. Quick pause. This is actually something I care a lot about. Before I started doing this full time, I worked in the medical field and I saw this all the time. Seniors being in the wrong Medicare plan and their needs not being met and not even realizing it until something went wrong. That's why I want to share this. This part of today's video is sponsored by Chapter, and they help seniors make sure they're actually on the right Medicare plan for them. What I love about Chapter is they have unbiased independent advisors who are salary based, so they're not trying to sell you something or waste your time or money. They are actually there to help you. The call with them is completely free and they'll walk you step by step through your options to find a plan that actually fits your needs, like keeping your doctors in network and making sure you're getting the benefits that you deserve. And it's quick too. Most calls take under 20 minutes. On average, seniors who work with Chapter save about $1,100 a year, which is a huge savings. So if you want unbiased help with Medicare, give Chapter a call at 855-542-3229. You'll talk to a real person who will help you figure out exactly which plan is right for you. No pressure, no gimmicks. Give them a call today at 855-542-3229. I'm also going to put the number below and you'll see it up here on the screen. Now let's get back to the flip. Okay, I've got these little blocks that I cut for underneath here because like I said, I want to attach a foot. In order to do that and make sure it's secure, I'm going to use some Gorilla Glue and then also some wood nails because I do have a remaining base under here that is secure. So I'm just gonna put this into the corners on all four sides and then get them secure so that I can attach the feet when they get here. Now that everything is secure on the bottom, I ordered some feet and they'll be here tomorrow. Since this is plastic and laminate all the way through, it needs a little bit of a scuff sand to make sure that the paint is going to adhere to this and not just come right off. So I'm using my Surf Prep sander because I have all those detailed doors to go over, and I've got about a 220 grit on here just to do a nice scuff so it has something to stick to, give it a little bit of teeth. Now that the sanding's all done, I'm going to use my 2-time bonding primer just to make sure I've got some sort of bonder on this as well, that paint will stick to. Again, when you're dealing with plastic and different types of materials, I do like to prime just because I don't want anything coming through the finished product, because this piece is just all over the place. We have all types of different substrates that this was built with. So I'm going to use my Rust-Oleum 2-time bonding primer. It is in the gray color. Get my spray wall covered here and we'll get going. Originally, I was gonna go with the color Inkwell from Sherwin-Williams because it's that inky black that I really like, but I was digging through my paint cabinet and I found this color by Lily Moon. It's called Mystical Woods, and you can see it's got a little bit of those blue tones and a little bit of green in it. I think this will look really good on this project and the direction that we're heading. Let's load this up into our Wagner sprayer and finally get that first coat of paint on. Coat number 2, I let this dry overnight and I had a clog in my sprayer. I don't know if you noticed that. Previously it was like gunking up on me. So I changed the sprayer head out and I added more water to the paint, but I'm afraid I got my paint a little too watery. So what I did was turn this knob right here all the way up. You see how it's all the way out? That means that it takes a less flow, a less amount of paint. If I push it, if I put it all the way in, then it's gonna pick out a lot of paint. And I don't want it to do that because there's too much water. So I've got this all the way out. Hopefully it's not too watery. Let's put on the second coat. Look what came in this morning. Got the square legs. These are 5-inch, so it should give us plenty of height off the ground. I'm gonna get these stained before we can put these on. I don't know if you noticed while I was painting this, but where the plastic mold comes off, there's this dot right here, and they hit it before with a plate. And so I found a plate that actually works with those holes that are already there, so I don't have to drill through the plastic. And then I can put the handle that I picked on top of that. I got all of this from Amazon. And that way I don't have to worry about filling that and sanding it down. You could probably use some Bondo if you had to, but it would have taken a few tries. And plus I think this looks really nice like this. So this is what we're gonna go for. And this is our finished piece from a busted 1970s dresser with those terrible plastic drawer fronts to something that actually looks high-end and intentional. But let's talk about the part everybody wants to know about. Let's go over the numbers. So the purchase price for this was $80. I've got $25 in the paint, $6 in the primer, $30 in the feet, and $47 in just the hardware. Total investment around $158. This piece should sell for about $600, which gives me a profit of about $442. It's not bad for something that people would have just scrolled right past and thought it was totally outdated. Let's go over the hours a little bit because I know you guys want to know those details as well. So on average, I would say I've got about 7 hours invested in this, and that includes my time to go pick this up. A lot of the time that you spend on furniture flipping is just the dry time. So I'm averaging on this piece around $63 an hour. That's not too bad either. But the big question is, I really want to know, would you guys have stopped and picked this up? Did you see potential behind it, or were you thinking, what are you doing? I really want to know. I read every single comment and I try my very best to reply to all of them. So if you have a question or you have an idea, I want to hear about it. And if you're not subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? I have got so many more fun flips around the corner. I'm going to show you exactly how to turn these flips into real income. Hit that subscribe button, and I'm going to see you next time on Lemons to Lemonade Home.